Look out, Tyler Steen throwing punches.
After stumbling and bumbling their way through the whole season on offense, the Philadelphia Eagles have clinched the division. But what are their chances to do any damage in the playoffs? How much firepower do they have? Fire, fire, fire! I'm going to let you know right now. This might be HillTimeSports, and I'm your host, Trenton Hill. Starts off bad in Washington for Philadelphia. Shipley gets the ball at the 5-yard line and tries to get as much yards as he can instead of going down like you should when you have a boatload of commies surrounding you. It's almost like he was going through the trenches of World War I in France, but he fumbles the ball and the Commanders get the ball. I almost called them the other name. I thought that Krosky Merritt, Rodriguez Jr., and McNichols were going to have their way with the Philadelphia Eagles defense because they looked like they were going to have a Bears-type day where the Eagles could not stop a leaky faucet. But fortunately for them, they were able to get them stopped in the red zone for a field goal, 3-0. The good part of this all is that the Eagles were able to move the ball. Scripted plays or not, I was very happy with them. A.J. Brown was involved very early and very often. 9 catches for 95 yards, no touchdowns, because that distinction went to a Devontae Smith out route from Jalen Hurts, 7-3. And I'm glad that Jalen Hurts was able to put that Los Angeles Chargers game behind him because that was dreadful. 5 turnovers there, but hasn't turned the ball over since. He almost did because he almost had a fumble this game. Talk about that later. Maybe, though, Jalen took some advice from Stay Calm Barkley. Breathe in, breathe out. Whatever. But, yeah. So, Saquon finished with 132 yards, 21 carries, and a touchdown that we will talk about later. Unfortunately, we couldn't put the game at 10-7 or 13-7 or 13-10 that it ended up being at the halftime because Jake Elliott looked like he got hit by the Volkswagen and Happy Gilmore and started slicing the ball like a... The Eagles were down 10-7 after a Ja'Cory Krosky Tom Skerritt Merritt touchdown from the 1-yard line going into halftime, and I'm thinking to myself, well, looks like we've been here before. Maybe we're going to lose to another division opponent, and that Raiders game was just a fluke because anybody could beat the Raiders. I'm pretty sure a team full of toddlers could beat them. I don't know. I try to do jokes, but I fail most of the time. Sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. I'm glad that the Eagles offense was able to channel what they had against the Las Vegas Raiders, and it looked like the spirit of Dwight Clark was in Washington, helping out old Dallas Goedert, who made a Dwight Clark type catch, like Joe Montana throwing to whatever. Dwight Clark, Joe Montana, you get the story. If you don't, then go look it up. I'm not your parent. I can't tell you everything. Dallas Goedert, 15 yards out, scores a touchdown. They're up 14-10. Unfortunately, though, we didn't see what the Commanders were going to be because Marcus Mariota got hurt, and in comes Josh Johnson. But before we get to what happened with Josh Johnson, I want to shout out to Deebo Samuel and Burks, who really laid out for the ball, made some incredible catches. Just didn't happen for them, but they're good players. Did a white corner get an interception? You darn right he did. His name is Cooper DeJean. Yes! Cooper DeJean got himself an interception, took it to the 40-yard line, and out comes the offense again. Whoo! Josh Johnson threw a floater to him, and it was so cool seeing Cooper DeJean jump the route and actually get an interception. It's very rare when you see white guys getting interceptions. You know us white guys, we can't run, we can't jump. We gotta do something sometimes. I guess. I don't know. Probably a bad joke. I'm probably gonna get canceled. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. Bye. But Saquon is going to score on a 12-yard run. He played very well, had a very good game, and I was happy to see that. They're starting to run the read option with Jalen Hurts, which was what they did during their freaking Super Bowl run. The greatest play of the night, though, does not go to anyone but the offensive lineman Steen, who may have earned the respect of Philadelphia fans everywhere when he took on a bunch of commies and beat the tar out of them, or at best, or at worst, ended in a stalemate because he got booted out and Big Dom had to walk him to the locker room. The fight was so intense that they threw their flags, they threw their hats, and I almost thought they were going to throw their pants out on the field because there was a whole lot of flags and everybody got ejected. Well, 3 players got ejected. I can't remember the other 2 on the Washington team, but it's all that matters if you're an Eagles fan, right? Tate Bigsby had a 22-yard run. That was his longest of the day, and he had a touchdown. The game was then 29-10, but the Commanders scored a garbage time touchdown to make it a little bit closer, 29-18. Eagles clinched the division, and the Dallas Cowboys are eliminated. Good. Do it. Goodbye, Dallas. Jalen Hurts, 185 yards, Jalen Hurts, 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Graham, Old Man River, notched his 3rd sack of the season. It helps my heart because you like to see people around your age doing things at the NFL level still. Smith and Goddard combined for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns. We already talked about that. So where are the Eagles in my eyes? Is the big question you're probably asking, or you're not because I'm either boring or annoying. I've heard both. But it's hard to gauge how the offense is when they play against teams that are less than 500. I will say, though, Kevin Patullo has been looking a lot better than he did, and maybe that's just help from Sirianni having more control on the offense. They ran the ball well. They threw the ball well. No turnovers. The field goals do hurt them. We'll get to that later. Some of the play sequences, though, are still uninspired, and there are stretches where the offense just looks like they're stagnant. The scripted plays definitely look good, like I said. I'm still just having a hard time trusting Patullo. Forgive me, Patullo. If you do well against Buffalo, the narrative switches for me. As for the defense, I really think that they are good, except for that Bears game where they just got tired out, I think. I like Quinyon Mitchell's coverage. He had a couple of batted balls, but DeJean did have the interception. The defense played well. They got to Mariota. They got to Josh Johnson. They tackled the running back a lot better in the second half. As for the special teams, that's where I have the most concerns. Jake Elliott, are you Jake the Make or are you Jake the Miss? You can't go 0 for 2 and expect us to win playoff games, except we did last season, but not with this offense. Not with this offense, the way they've been playing. I don't trust it right now. And also, Shipley, go down. Don't try to make a play. In the words of Phil Simms on Madden, don't try to be a hero. That's all I got to say about that. Do they have enough firepower to make the Super Bowl? I'm not going to say either way right now, because once you say something, the opposite happens. It's just the way the NFL season has gone on. But I'm going to say the Eagles, if they continue what they're doing, they will be in the mix and they will be able to contend for the Super Bowl. Not saying they're winning it right now, but they will contend. My heart wants them to win. I want a back-to-back Super Bowl so I can rub it in the face of Dallas Cowboys fans who haven't won since 1995, so I can rub it in the face of my brother who's never seen a Titans championship, so I can rub it in the face of my friends, because we have 3 championships in the last 10 years. But in all honesty, I just want to see the Eagles win again. It'd be really good. But like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Do what you do what you must. Trying to get to 200 subscribers. I need 13 more. Stay blessed. Adios. Goodbye. C'est la vie. Boom.